Baby, let me give it to you. Whatever you need, I got it. You need to know anything you need, just ask and I'll provide. Whatever you want, I got it.
Good evening. Good evening. Welcome to Looking for Love. I'm your host, Tray Kearney. This is my co-host,
Lamar Hall.
We're here every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the New U Nation Network YouTube channel to bridge the gap between Generation X men and Generation X women so we can have healthy, happy, whole, not only conversations, but relationships. What's up, Lamar?
It was good, Trey.
How was your week?
How's hump day is busy. It's busy. So I'm right in the middle of my selling season. So it's good though. It's good. How's your week?
It's going good. You know, trying to get Jermaine back in school, running around, rebranding us. We got some great things going on for the new year. We're excited about that. And we just looking good for the season. We got they gave us our YouTube review. We got over 1,000 subscribers this year, which was great. We got 600 likes and shares. So we thank you, the viewers, for tuning in, for rocking out with us, and we hope you'll stay on board. And if you're not on the New U Nation Network YouTube channel right now, you're on Facebook or TikTok, go over to the New U Nation Network YouTube channel, subscribe. We'll put your comments on the screen. Hit the super heart if what we say helps you out. So if this is your first time here, this is what we do. We have an agenda. We do our What Would You Do segment where we answer our viewers' questions. Then we do Let's Sip on That, where we have our celebrity relationship news. Then we do our Beauty and the Beast segment, where we give you a health tip to help you out. And then we have our final thoughts. And then we wrap it up, and we see y'all next week. So first of all, let's say Merry Christmas, because we won't be here next week because Christmas is on Wednesday.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, y'all, just in case we forget at the end. But this is our official Christmas show. So we're going to get right into our What Would You Do? And we would love for you to join in the conversation and put your answer in the comments, in the chat. And if you want us to read it out loud, if you have a question, we will answer your question live because you're here. So let's get to our first question. Hold on.
I love it.
Sorry, we tickle ourselves. Let's get to our first question. I went on a date and he shared my expectations with him. I'm 47 years old and I want to get married again. He basically told me at my age I should settle for what I can get because of the ratio of men to women, and that men have more of an option to get younger women than women have of getting younger men. Then he proceeded to say, plus you had a couple of kids. I was so annoyed, I just cut ties completely. Can you give me some feedback on this?
You have every right. Dating is tough. A 47-year-old woman, 2 kids, let's just say they're under the age of 18. He's not incorrect, depending on what you're looking for. But you have the right to want to be married again. And all you have to do is know what you need. We talk about red flags, green flags, and you just have to be patient. It is going to be rough out there. You may have to bend on some things or, this and that. You may have to go up in age or, whatever the case may be to find your mate. So it's just, you're going to have to do the work. And unfortunately, it is a battlefield out there. And, the game is there. You got to play the game, or you don't have to play the game, but if you're looking for a husband, you're going to have to play the game a little bit.
First of all, sis, you don't have to settle for nothing. I'm 55 right now, and I'm single, and my desire is to be married again. And I have 3 children. I have a 30-year-old, a soon-to-be 25-year-old, and a 15-year-old. And I ain't settling for nothing. And any man that sit down with me on a date and tell me in my face that you need to settle because you're 55 with 3 kids could kick rocks. There is no such thing. There's a lid for every pot. One of my friends used to say that all the time, because we used to see people like, I don't got a man. You see people and you like, how they get in it? There's a lid for every pot. So you just stand on your morals, your values, and your wants and your needs, and the right person will come along. And blocking him, and letting him go. He already has a certain he's never going to be that person because clearly he doesn't think you're worthy of marriage because he lets you know that. So don't waste your time. Like Lamar said, we talk about green flags, red flags, blaring red flags. He's a blaring red flag. Anytime a man or a woman tells another person for anything in life, whether it's business, personal, or professional, to settle, those are not your people.
Right. I mean, and use this time while you're waiting to grow, work on yourself, go to therapy, spend some time by yourself. The things that will show someone that you've been doing work that you're healed. So that's the name of the game. You want to show up with the best version of yourself. So don't just not do anything while you're waiting, for your Prince Charming. Just, read some books, be able to talk about different subjects, go to therapy. Work, it's, you can tell it. And, Trey and I have done the work on ourselves, and we can talk openly and honest and have accountability about things. And when we sit down with other people, I can tell if you've done work on yourself immediately. But that didn't happen overnight. And that's what I'm saying. You got to spend time with yourself and say, hey, I really want to be a better version of myself. So,
and again, for the men and women out here, don't ever let nobody tell you to settle, number one. And number two, don't ever sit down with somebody and tell them they need to settle for what they could get. And that goes for women. A lot of times we have this air about us where we think that we are the cream of the crop, and we should, but we give off this funk to men like, you should be happy I'm sitting here. You should be happy I'm with you. We don't need to give that energy off from men or from women. We all need to be grateful to be in the presence of each other, number one. And if a person has children and you think that is a downgrade, then you should never have went out with her, period. If you think a woman of a certain age with a certain number of children is a downgrade, just don't waste her time going out with her, because clearly he had an agenda. Maybe that was just to sleep with you. Because the way he's thinking, he clearly doesn't think that you're the prize. So,
well, what were their conversations leading up to this date? So it's just like, hey, I have kids. How do you feel about marriage? This is everything that we always talk about. We always touch on these subjects, but yet people are still going out on dates and not getting these questions answered, or at least starting the conversation before you guys get, in a person-to-person, face-to-face type of scenario. And that blows my mind, that I've done so much work. I've had conversations with women over the phone, and I can immediately go, this is going nowhere. I'm not going to waste my money. So, I mean, really, in the beginning when I was dating, I was going out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday on dates, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I was in the streets. And I was like, man, this is costing a lot of money. So I started to really go, okay, let me have these tough conversations in the beginning and see if I even want to go eat with this woman. So it's like, there's a lot of steps to this. Getting in front of face to face, that's that's a couple of weeks away for me. We got to talk. I got to figure out. And like I said, I have a 48-hour rule that we're going to have honesty. I'm going to give it all to you. Either you're going to run or you're going to be like, that's it. Okay, cool.
That's it. There you have it, sis. Don't let nobody waste your time. No. Let's get to our next question, because we want to get some of our questions in, because we won't be here next week. Right, just for y'all that just came in, we won't be here next week because next Wednesday is Christmas and we'll be with our family and our friends. So let's get to these questions. My man is too aggressive. I've expressed this to him several times. He pinches my nipples so hard that they are sore the next day. He leaves hickeys on my neck and thighs. He's pounding on me when he's on top of me. I don't know what he's trying to prove, but I'm avoiding intercourse with him now because he keeps doing it. Other than that, it's really good. But if this is not dealt with, I'm not sure what to do. All suggestions are welcome.
Yeah, I mean, you communicated to him. I mean, I was wondering where she was going with the aggressive thing. And then she said the nipples. I was like, okay.
Therapy. Because something got him bugging.
Well, I mean, he's probably getting caught up in the moment, and maybe she's talking and he's highly aroused, but it sounds like they're comfortable enough. They're talking to each other. He just, in the moment, she needs to stop him in the moment. Be like, hey, they got to have a safe word or something like that.
Ouch is the safe word. Ouch. What is you doing? That hurt. No, I'm serious. Ouch. Ow. Okay, ouch. Yo, dude, come on now. Hold up. You're about to pinch it off. Like, no, them things are sensitive. Like,
Uh,
pinch his balls and see what he do. There
yeah.
you go. You always talk about if the shoe was on the other foot. Squeeze his nut and see.
Yeah.
And tell him that's how it feel when you pinch my nipple hard like that. And I'm sure
And,
he'll get the idea.
and
But
listen, balls are super sensitive. Like we cannot. I can't tell you how sensitive they are. It's like,
that's what I'm saying. If
Yeah.
he can't understand how sensitive your nipples are, because nipples are sensitive, you can't be twisting and pulling on them. It's okay. Like let's figure something out. But if he's not understanding, you keep having this conversation with him, then
Just come up with a safe word. I
pinch
mean,
his- ouch.
no, you don't want to kill the mood. You might be like,
Mood is killed.
banana. You're like, be like banana. He's like, oh, okay, I need to come back a little bit. I mean,
Nah,
sometimes
chill, son. I'm like, yo, hold up. Wait a minute. What we not gonna do? And I'm light skinned. Oh no, we not.
I'm not with the hickey thing. I'm not. You know what? When I was in the 10th grade, maybe 9th grade, I had a hickey on my neck that it was like a bruise. It was so purple and it hurt to touch. And from that moment on, I literally was like, if I ever got a hickey, I'll break up with you. I'm not the hickey guy. It's like I don't give them and I don't want them.
And it just tells all your business. Like
true. You're too grown. At this age, you can't be walking around with hickeys.
passion marks. Our parents, you get a hickey, you will get like, yo, my mother would, I would be like, don't even touch. We extra light.
Yeah, I don't.
Light bright team. Like, nah, don't be touching me. But this is the thing. She's saying, I've had this conversation over and over again, and he's not listening. Then you have a serious issue on your hands. I don't know why he's being so aggressive, but have you asked him, why are you so aggressive? Instead of saying, have you asked him? You said you don't know what he's trying to prove. Ask him. Say, why are you being so aggressive with me? We've had this conversation, and then let him know. If we can't fix this, I don't know if you said this to him, but this is the end of the road for me. Like, I'm not going to be brutalized in the name of love. I'm not. I don't care. Like, you're not biting and twisting on me, and it hurt. Like,
it is a every once in a while type of aggression, but that every time, I couldn't do that. That's a lot.
I don't want no once in a life, once in a time. Just don't be. Let's talk about what we are.
Friendly bites,
right? Soft bites.
There you go.
Like we're not hurting each other because that's crazy.
Yeah, I'm not into that.
Yeah, so just let him know. This too much, and if it's not fixed, it's over. And I'm sure he'll listen. If you just tuned in, you're tuned into Looking for Love. We're here every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the New U Nation Network YouTube channel. And we're doing our segment right now, What Would You Do? So if you just came in and you're wondering what we're talking about, one of our viewers sent in a scenario where she has a man that's too aggressive and she's talked to him over and over again and it's not changing. And she wants to know, what do you suggest? So put your suggestions in the comment and we'll read them out loud. But we're going to get to our next question. We rolling tonight.
Yeah, we're doing good.
Yeah, we get into our next question. I've been fantasizing about a woman on my job while making love to my wife. I've never had an inappropriate conversation or encounter with this woman. We work in the same building, but in different departments, so I rarely have contact with her. I'm very open about everything with my wife, so I felt like I needed to share this with her. She's all in her feelings now and gets all biblical on me and says, if you're thinking about it, you're already cheating. Help me out here. Help me out here. Is fantasizing cheating? Maybe I should have kept it to myself. I don't know.
Well, first off, you never, ever shit where you eat, okay?
Well, he didn't do nothing with the woman at work.
I'm just saying, even fantasizing about her, you do not cross the thing with coworkers. That's first and foremost. The second is know your audience. If your wife went straight biblical, she's not with the threesome. So, like, come on, man. Like, you didn't read the crowd at all. You're not. It doesn't sound like she's with it. Now you done created all this controversy and doubt just by not knowing your audience. So, drop it because she ain't with it. It ain't gonna happen. So
But he just said he's fantasizing. And see, this is the problem that I'm having. We as women always say we want our man to come to us and be honest, right? This man is fantasizing about a woman on the job. He said, there's never been anything inappropriate or inappropriate conversations. We barely see each other. We in the same building in different departments. So nothing's happening. He's just fantasizing about the woman for whatever reason. And he was honest with his wife. But we always say that we want to have honesty to safeguard our relationships. And this man was open. If he planned on doing something, he never would have told her. So either we want honesty, either we can handle the truth or we can't handle the truth. For me now, in this season of my life, maybe when I was younger, I probably would have been the same way. But in this season of my life, I would really appreciate that. And it would really go into a conversation of, is there something that you're not getting at home? Like, why do you think you're fantasizing about her? Like, is this, because maybe they're not sleeping together. We don't know what's going on in their house, but he was honest. And I feel like we as women always talking about, you could tell me anything. I'm not going to get mad. You could tell. And then we in the house slamming doors and stomping our feet and giving people the silent treatment. But you done told your husband, we could talk about anything.
But that's what we had a couple of weeks ago. We talked about kinks, this fantasy, kinks, things, that when a man opens up to you about his fantasy or his kink and you reject it, you have lost that man.
This is what I'm saying. Now he's never going to be honest with her again with what, even if he feels like in the relationship that he is thinking about having an outside affair, because if they get to a point in their relationship where there's no sex or no intimacy or something going on, and he would have come to her before this and said, hey, this is what's going on. I'm feeling this way. Now he's never going to be honest with her again. And I just want women that are listening to understand, we can't tell men that we can handle the truth and that you could talk to me about anything. I'm not going to get mad. And then in turn, get mad, don't cook, arguing, accusing, like, oh, you already cheating. And I know that scripture in the Bible where it says, if you lust a woman, you're already cheating.
Hey, I had a scenario. I won't say it was somebody close to me, and I got a phone call, and his wife was not happy about him looking at some pictures of women, online, and he apologized for it, but I mean, she's in the background, and he's talking to me. He's like, and I'm just like, she's screaming. I'm just like, yo, like, was
he looking at pictures on Instagram or?
Yeah, he's just looking at pictures, and they weren't bad. They weren't like naked. They were like dressed fully clothed. And I was just like, weird. But anyway, I'm just saying, you lose your guy when your fantasy or your kink comes out, and the person is like, ew, oh no, and disgusted and turned off. He doesn't know where to go now, and he's really like, he's going to feel trapped after a while.
He's just going to tell white lies. He's not going to tell white lies. He's going to tell half truths.
Oh yeah, you omit. I've been accused of that. I omit certain things. I don't lie, but certain things I just don't tell. But now I tell it. I mean, I don't give a damn now. If you don't like it, you don't like it. But when I was married, I would omit things because I knew that those were triggers. And if it's gonna trigger you over something small, I'm just gonna omit it. I didn't do anything. So it wasn't like, it's like when you're with someone that's very accusatory, you just start omitting things, just like, But if you create the relationship where we can talk and I start sharing little things with you and we build up to it, that's how you can have a good relationship like that. And that's what everybody should want. But we don't, like you said, we ask for the truth and then we don't really want it. So.
Right. Well, for me, omitting pertinent information is a lie. Something that would change my decision of going out on a date with you, or something that would change my decision of being around you. If you omit that in your mind, saying, I know if I tell Trey this, she might not do this. I don't want nobody to take my options away from me based on something that they think I can't handle. So
absolutely agree.
Don't be omitting information, but your friend.
I think are they married? Were they married? They're married, right?
Yeah, they're married. He
Well,
told his wife.
I'm talking more of a married thing where he's telling call them white lies. He's just omitting things because he's been with her long enough. He know what's going to trigger here. He know what's going to be. That's why I'm kind of like, you didn't know your audience, dude. You're over here fantasizing about threesomes, and your wife pulled out the Bible immediately. Like, come on, like.
No, he wasn't fantasizing about a threesome. He was fantasizing about this other woman.
No, he was saying No, in the beginning, he said he was fantasizing about being with that woman with his wife, like a threesome.
No, I've been fantasizing about a woman on my job while making love to my wife.
Oh.
So he's fantasizing about this.
Nice. No, you never do that. That's what he did? He's like, I'm having sex with you, but I'm thinking about Halle Berry. Nobody wants to hear that. Like, whoa, like.
He was just being honest, like I said.
No, he's wrong. Okay, I got it wrong. You don't do that. If my girl sleeping with me and was like, "Oh, I was thinking about Chris Brown," man, I'm mad as hell.
Why?
Yeah, nobody. Yeah.
Why would you be mad?
Why? Because you're supposed to be with me. Like, you can fantasize, but you can't fantasize sleeping with him and being with me at the same time. You can fantasize about him, but you can't touch me while you fantasize about him.
What?
Yeah, I'm not with that. I would never. That's why I don't watch porn and stuff like that. That's why I don't look at Instagram, because I want my brain to be dirty. You know, I don't want my eyes to be dirty. I want my brain to be dirty. And it's a different type of arousal when your brain is stimulated.
I think that.
Have you done that? Have you thought about other men while you sleep with your?
I haven't done that.
Okay.
I haven't had a man that would make me think, but I don't think it's far-fetched for a person to fantasize, especially if your wife is, what did you call it? A dead fish.
Yeah. You're a dead fish. You definitely gonna be thinking about something crazy.
That's what I'm saying. So this is why for him telling her this, why is he fantasizing about another woman if unless you're just laying there? So his mind ain't wander, because if y'all in it, his mind ain't wandering. So his mind is wandering for a reason. And for
I can honestly tell you this.
It was him reaching out.
You know that this is how I knew I had ADD. Me and my brother talked about this years ago, and he was asking me. He said, "Man, you ought to be having sex sometimes, and you be thinking about other stuff." I was like, "All the time, like work, house shit." You're like, I'm just my brain, and I literally have to remind myself, like, look down. Oh, okay, this is what we're doing. Like.
But I'll be more mad at you for saying that.
Oh, you would never know the difference. But I'm thinking about a million different things, and that's how I really started to go. Like, I might have ADD, you know, and it just, I don't know. But I've never ever fantasized about being with another woman while I'm having sex with a woman.
Well, bro, this is what I gotta say. Since Lamar made that clear, I'm not mad at you, because I think that you were safeguarding yourself by being honest with your wife to say, I'm fantasizing about another woman, and for it to be an open conversation, because who better to talk to than your spouse? But apologize to your wife. There's nothing else you could do. There's really nothing else you could do, because the woman is at your job. Apologize to your wife. Tell her there's nothing. I don't see this woman, and just move on. But don't ever tell her nothing like that again. That's all.
He put himself in the doghouse over nothing.
Because he was being honest. See, this
but you gotta know your audience. That sounds, oh man.
Again, Lamar, listen. We as women have these conversations with our boo, our bae, our husband. You could tell me anything. I won't get mad. Anything means anything. That means nothing is off limits. I want my husband to be able to tell me anything and me not be mad, but to be able to say, let's work through why you're doing that. Because this man, again, is not fantasizing about another woman because his wife is in the bedroom doing the do. I got to say, why are you fantasizing about this woman? Because clearly the conversation needed to go that route. What is making you fantasize about this woman? Because Is she laying there like a starfish,
Yeah.
or
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
so you would rather no? Let's turn this question around. So you would rather be making love to your lady, and she's still fantasizing about Chris Brown. You just don't know. So you would rather her be fantasizing about him.
yeah, because soon as I know, I'm gonna look down and my brain and my penis are connected, and he'll be like, "Yeah, man, this is over with. We done with here." Because I mean, it's like,
No, she ain't gonna tell you in the middle of making love. So once she tell you, I fantasize about having sex with Chris Brown while I'm with you, you're done with
like,
it.
why? I'll be like, "Why are you doing it? Why?
Right? Like why? Like
Why is that random?" Like,
that's what I think that's the conversation he wants to have, to say maybe because you're just laying there and it's not exciting for me anymore. But don't ever tell her that again. And no, let me say this: his question. Let's answer his question. Let's get back to the question: is fantasizing cheating? No.
no,
Fantasizing is not cheating.
no.
Biblically, we'll talk about that next week. Biblically, I'll send you to the scripture that says if you're even thinking about having sex with another woman, it's a sin.
We all going to hell if that's the rules.
But I would say to his wife, and I say this to myself too, because I love the Lord. I love the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. I'm a Christian, all of that. But my best friend's grandmother said something, and we always go by this. Don't be so churchy that God can't use you earthly. Because you ain't no good to nobody if God can't use you, because you so churchy, throwing your husband under the bus instead of having a conversation with him of why are you fantasizing? Let's fix this so we can bring you back from hell. We don't want you to go there.
You know what? I can honestly say I just want to be on the tour guide, either heaven or hell, because it's going to be one of two things. If I'm in heaven and I'm the tour guide, or I'm the part of the welcoming committee, it's going to be a lot of y'all be like, "You didn't think you're going to see me, did you?"
Boy, you're going to heaven.
And then if I'm on the other side, I'm on the welcoming committee. Like, you thought your ass was going upstairs, and you right here with me.
Right, but you at the door, so you ain't in or out nowhere. You ain't burning or nothing. I got you. So we're going to get to our next question. If you just tuned in, you're tuned into Looking for Love. We're here every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the New You Nation Network YouTube channel. Please subscribe, share, and leave your comments. What would you do is our segment right now. So please let us know what you would do, and we'll read your comments or put them on the screen. So let's get to the next one. My 19-year marriage has been pretty stale over the last 7 years. I can be honest and say I'm the main problem. My husband has been constantly telling me that he needs more affection as well as attention, and I've ignored his concerns. I've been watching my husband over the last 6 months. He's purchased a new sports car. He's dressing younger, using hip language. He's been doing new sex positions when we do have sex. He never liked to kiss. Now he's kissing. I have to say I really wasn't paying attention until he changed his cologne. It smelled so good, it caught my attention. I think my husband is going through a midlife crisis. What do you think?
How old is
I think your husband got a new younger girl.
I was going to say too. Somebody to put some juice in his food. Like put a battery in his back. Hey, man, like, shit. Hey, I thought she was going to be come out with the accuser. Like, I think he's cheating. She's like, oh, he done. How old is he? Because if he's
midlife crisis, he got to be our age.
I don't like the term midlife crisis because I've been accused because I dated younger midlife crisis. That's not it. It's just me and my brother would talk. I never want to stand still. So I always listen to newer music. I always can relate. I don't know everything, but I do. And it's partially because of my job. But I know people my age that go, oh, I only listen to 90s R&B or early 2000s. And that's it. And you don't listen to any genre of music. So that is, you're not growing anymore. You're just allowing yourself to just be like, this is it. I'm done. That's cool. Some people like myself, like with my job, I dress a little hipper and younger. I know some of the music. Instagram helps me with that and things of that nature. So at 52, I don't come off as 52, but you have to make up your mind. Do you want to stay and stand still, or do you want to keep moving? Because some of the music I don't like, but I know it, and I stand around my buddies and they go like, how you know all this music? But it's Instagram. It helps me with my job. So
let me say this, my sister. If he don't got a younger woman, he's interested in a younger woman. This is just my opinion. And again, we are not therapists, psychiatrists. We are not telling you what to do. This is just our opinion. So whatever you take from this, whatever you do after this is on you. That's our disclaimer. Men are very routine. And this is what I've learned from men. I've interviewed over probably 200 men, just interviewing them. And men always have told me that men are very routine. When his routine changes, either something has been added, which is probably another woman, or you're about to be subtracted. That is the thing. I'm not saying he's with somebody. He may be planning his escape. He might have another apartment, and he might be going there because he might be getting ready to divorce you, because you said yourself, my marriage has been stale, and I could be honest and say I'm the main problem. So homeboy may have just started his other life. He got a new car, a new look, new sex positions. He's smelling good. He's feeling good. He probably ain't even asking you for sex no more. When a man routine changes, either something already has been added, or this is about to be subtracted. So you better pull it all the way in and stop thinking what your girlfriend's telling. Oh, he going through a midlife crisis. No, he got another boo. That's just what I'm thinking. Lamar?
Sounds familiar. I went through it. So, I mean, we are creatures of habit, and I like how she's taking accountability. But she's gotta fix this quick. I mean, next time he walks in, you need to just snatch his pants down to his ankles. And, you gotta keep him on his toes and make him keep that gun empty for the next 4 to 6 weeks. And because he at our age, he can't have sex with you every day, twice a day, and you draining him. And this young girl, potentially that he wants, he's got to make a decision. He's just like, but you have to keep it up. So it's just like, don't start anything you can't keep up. You took accountability. Now you can correct this, but you're going to have to correct it, and you're going to do double the work now, because like you said, he got one foot out the door, and he's going to be trying to split his time. If he really want to leave, he's trying to split his time. But if you want this to work, you better drain him. And I mean, drain him.
Listen, because you said you haven't been paying attention, and what caught your attention, right? Listen, cologne will catch your attention. Some good smelling cologne will be like, I ain't never smelled that before. Like, what is you? Wait a minute. So she's been watching for 6 months. So before you started watching for 6 months, he probably been chilling for the last 2 years. You said it been stale for 7 years. So for the last 2 years that you wasn't paying attention because you were so engrossed. This is for all the wives that's listening right now. Y'all eyes from this story, from this woman right here. Pay attention, because you probably haven't been. You probably put your husband on the back burner. Your husband gonna come home smelling good, or like a different soap. Because people go to people's houses and take showers and come home smelling like Irish Spring, and y'all got Dove, and you ain't thinking. Pay attention to your husband, ma'am. Have a conversation with him, and not an accusatory conversation. Just have a conversation. Hey, I noticed you've been dressing nice lately.
Take accountability first. That's going to get you. That's going to get you a gold star. His book, baby. I know I've been neglecting.
Oh,
I know, and I'm going to do better. I promise you, I'm going to do better. And he's going to be like, okay, we'll see. And then you got to follow through with that. And like I said, from that point on, empty that gun, because there's no bullets, nobody gets shot. So.
And I'm gonna tell you, listen to Lamar from the male perspective. So don't say what I said, because he's telling you how a man is going to receive that. That's why we're here. We're here to bridge the gap between Generation X men
And the reason why I'm saying it is because most women don't take accountability. They never start the conversation with, I messed up. I am sorry. That rarely happens. So if you lead with that, whatever energy is feeling weird, it just immediately comes down. And he's like, oh, okay. Now he's looking at you starry eyed again. And then you just snatch them pants off and
Oh. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a second. Take care home. And somebody in the comments said, take care home. If you don't take care home, home will take care of itself. So we don't have any control over another person, but we do have to have accountability and obligations if we want a person to remain with us and to remain faithful. Because if we don't, like the brother said, if you don't take care of home, home will take care of itself. And we are not promoting cheating or anything, but cheating is always a symptom of a bigger problem. People are not just cheating. People are cheating. And I'm going to say this, most people, before for the other folks come in, some people just cheat because they want to cheat. Most people are not cheating just to randomly be cheating. Most people are cheating because there is a miss. It's a symptom of a bigger problem, whether it's physical, mental, emotional, or financial. Women often cheat because the home is not being taken care of, and they lose respect, and they see somebody on the job, or they see somebody they think is handling their business, and they get attracted to the fantasy. Men cheat because they're being neglected most of the time, physically, affection, not just sex, but men are not getting affection that they need, and they're not getting the sex that they need. So cheating is a symptom of a bigger problem. Sis, fix the problem at home, and you could win your man back. I hope, because we hope he ain't.
oh, she could easily fix this. Easy. Because he does, like you said, at our age, this is when men between 42 and on, men really grow up, and we slow down, and you start being picky about your partners, whether you're married or not. You become more serious. And unfortunately, if you've been married 15, 20 years, the bad habits, and you're just kind of like, but you want to slow down, because our bodies will naturally slow you down, and you can't keep having sex. If I wanted to have sex every day, could I probably could, but somebody's gonna get the short end of the stick at some point. So it's just like, it just is. I mean, I'm not 25. I don't want to have sex every day. I don't. So it's like, but when I do, I don't want to hear I don't want excuses. I don't want anything other than I'm on my period. That's it.
Right.
And we'll talk about that depending on if you're on day 1 or day 4. It's like, I gotta ask me, like, do you want to do this? I'll run some red lights.
Oh no, we're not running red lights. We are not running red lights. That's it. It's red light means stop. Anything red means stop. Get out of here. Let me have this moment to myself. So if you just tuned in, you're tuned into Looking for Love. If you just came in, we're doing our What Would You Do segment, where we answer our viewers' questions. And subscribe to the New You Nation Network YouTube channel. We're here every Wednesday night live at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to get to our next segment because we are at 9:40, which is, I was planning our next segment to start then, because we're trying to be more structured. So let's get to our next segment, which is, hold on. Let's sip on that.
You know, it reminds me of like Johnny Carson on the Tonight Show, where they were like having little different segments and played music in between it.
Yes, let's get to our next segment, which is let's sip on that. So tonight we're going to be talking about, and I know Lamar's going to enjoy this because he enjoys sports, but we're going to talk about Travis Hunter, who won the Heisman Trophy, and I'm going to pull up the video, and then we're going to discuss this.
To announce that the 2024 Heisman Award goes to Travis Hunter.
Let me give my take first.
Yeah.
So on TikTok, you can't see that his girlfriend was his fiance was at the ceremony where he received the Heisman Trophy, and everybody online was saying she didn't get up, she don't support him, and all these other things. Let me say this. Let me tell you the first thing that stood out to me when I watched this clip. His black mama like her. Black mamas, we zoom in on our 21-year-old son who is going to be a billionaire, millionaire, whatever he gonna be, right? Endorsements are coming. He got his money. They've been together for 5 years because he defended her. Did you see, if you looked at the interaction between him and her and the mother, I'm not concerned about him, because if it was any type of gold digging, the score, that she doing him wrong, black boys talk to their mamas. Trust me. 100%. That mother knows everything that's going on. And people wanted to judge this young lady because she didn't stand up when they said she should have. And let me just say this too. I'm going to say that. I'll say that next. But that was my first thing. The first thing I watched was the mother's reaction. The mother was wiping her tears. The mother was holding her hand. The mother was very involved with her, not standoffish. Black mamas with boys in sports, we don't play them games. But go ahead, Lamar.
That is a different perspective. I agree with you 1,000% on that. I hearing their story, because this is the second one. The reason why it's getting so much attention, because his last game and everything like that, she just wasn't in the moment with him. And a lot of people like why? Her energy's bad. You can really just tell her energy's off. But I agree with you. That is great. I think listening and watching him, he is a young man that has zero, and I mean zero, experience with women. So he is a young man of a younger generation that they are not very masculine, and he's goofy, and he's that generation where these boys don't feel serious. They're like big kids, and he has no experience with women. He picked a woman that he is highly attracted to. She's not highly attracted to him. That's fine. There's plenty of relationships like that. It will play itself out. I know one thing is that Deion Sanders will have a conversation with this young man, because he looks at him like one of his sons. And he has brought Brittany Renner in when they were at Jackson State. So you can only do so much. And I know that there are men that are talking to this young man, and it doesn't matter. And that's why I say what's going to happen is going to happen. But he's not going to be able to go back to Deion or anybody, his dad or anybody like that, and then go, why didn't you warn me?
Well, for me, like I said, black boys and their mothers, they talk about everything. If that mother did not like her, if there was a issue, they've been together 5 years, this young couple, they're 21. They've been together 5 years. This boy didn't have nothing. They met probably in the 10th grade.
She's a year older than him.
Right. So they met, right. So still, she's 22, he's
21, yeah.
When they didn't have anything, like he didn't have nothing. You were on the football team in high school. Correct. And the mother, I'm telling you, all you have to do is watch your mother when it comes to these men in sports. These mothers know the gold diggers. And another thing, too, is that this wasn't her moment, right? So if she stood up too fast and was jumping up and down, this is what we would have. Let me add this to the stage. If she stood up, this is what we would have. Everybody would be saying, look at her. She's a gold digger. She's another one of Russell Wilson's thought that she had it going on. So this young lady played her role. Like, let me sit down. When he stood up, she stood up. She gave him a hug, and she sat back down. She's not his wife. The moment is his. So if she did extra, everybody will be talking about, look at her. She trying to steal the stage. She just want his money. She's a gold digger. So what I want to say to this young lady, because he came on and she came on and talked too, and said, when he was doing autographs with the fans, I was not standoffish. People are taking something. I was asking him where he wanted me to go. Did he want me to go back to the hotel with the family, or did he want me to stay with him? I wasn't asking, what do you want me to do? This young lady is explaining herself, and they're stressing her out. He said, my girl cried herself to sleep. drank too much and cried herself to sleep. Let me say this to this young woman. Don't worry about these people. Because again, with Jay-Z, like I said, you're damned if you do. If Jay-Z don't say nothing, he's guilty because he ain't speaking up for himself. Now he said something. He guilty because he never talks and he's saying too much. Little girl, little sis, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. If you jumped up and down, which titties, they be saying you was doing too much and you stole his moment in the spotlight and you wouldn't let him get to his mother, his black mother and all this stuff. Now you didn't do enough because you played your part and said, this is his moment. You stood up, you hugged him, and I'd have did the same thing. You stood up, you hugged him, you were crying, his mom was consoling you. Again, my main point, I want everybody to look at that video again. His mother likes her. Black mothers do not like anybody for their sons. Lamar, you a black man with a black mother. I'm a black woman with black sons. We don't like nobody for our sons. And if we like you, it's because we good. Because you have shown us that you have our son's best interest at heart. That woman was very into that young lady.
Yeah, it's long. I have no problem with the relationship, however it plays out. I just want to make sure that he is being counseled on his finances. So long as Dion is like, listen, you need to get a prenup and make sure blah 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 blah. Long as those conversations are happening, whether he does it or not, long as he's having a conversation, because at the end of the day, he's grown, right. And it's his money. If he wants to give her half of it, then hey, so be it. You got to learn. I the same thing is how I don't understand how these football players and basketball players, how does Bow Wow's mama have 3 famous daddies? It's like, why would you do that? Why? I wouldn't. There's no way I would get a chick pregnant that mess with Future ever.
Okay. Right.
I wouldn't even take you serious. I'd be like, but to get her pregnant, and it just shows me it's just reckless out there. Which is just a lot of reckless vaginas and a lot of reckless penises. So it's just like, and it's younger people. It's a lot of younger people, man. It's like, I don't know. Yeah. I'm glad I'm old.
And again, like I said, these are young people. They're 21 and 22 years old. And to attack this woman on social media based on the fact that he picked her, this man wants this woman in his presence every day. And he's cool with that. And I hate social media because social media will take a clip of something and make it look bad when that wasn't the conversation, where she was simply saying, do you want me to go to the hotel? And they probably couldn't hear each other because it was loud. Do you want me to go to the hotel with the family, or do you want me to stay here? And it looks like something because you have your hands, because you're trying to get a point across, and they will drag that out instead of giving somebody the benefit of the doubt. And this man got to come on here and defend his girlfriend. And I want her to know this too. You're his fiance, so you plan on marrying this man. If you plan on marrying this man, you need to get some thicker skin, because this is never going to get better for you. The more famous he get, the more money he make, the more they going to call you a gold digger. No matter.
The women are coming. The women are coming.
Oh, yes. They knocking that.
Listen, I had a conversation. I remember years ago when the whole thing, when Kobe cheated on his wife and stuff. And the guy was like, how could he? I said, dude, have you ever had a woman chase you and pursue you to the point where you just said, no, I'm married? This man has the most beautiful women chasing him. I don't know how many men can say no all the time. I saw a comedian that said Tiger cheated on his wife 18 times. It's Tiger Woods. He probably got offered 82,000 times. He said that's a great percentage.
Oh no, I can't with you. Listen, if you just tuned in, you're tuned into Looking for Love. We're here every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the New You Nation Network. And the segment that we are on right now is our celebrity relationship news. Let's sip on that. Cheers, Lamar. While we're here with our glasses, Merry Christmas to everybody. We won't be here next Wednesday, so this is our Christmas show. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
And we hope that you enjoy. Remember the reason for the season as I take my sip.
Jesus.
Don't forget that. So we're going to get to our next segment because we are rocking and rolling and right on time. But to the young woman, again, you're not going to be able to win with everybody. So just remember this. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. If you're too excited, there's going to be people that are saying you're just excited because you want his money. If you're not excited enough, people are going to say you're not attracted to him and you don't like him. The only reason why you're there, you just need to stand on business with your man. And your man needs to stand on business with you. And don't worry about the public opinion because all they want is drama, trauma, and to look at somebody else's life down to make themselves feel better. So sis, please, and just stay close to your family. Again, my whole point is his mama like her. So I'm good with her because his mama like, I'm black. I'm telling you, black mamas, we don't play that with our son sport. So no.
And she, well, you know, she's half black. So I saw that. She's half black.
Right. But black mamas don't play whether you half black, white, Puerto Rican, or Haitian. We don't play with our kids, especially when we got a son that's going to the NFL, winning Heisman. We don't play that. Look at Reggie Bush mother and Kim Kardashian. Get out of here. You want to go sleep with that hoe? Excuse me, I'm not calling you a hoe, Kim, but this is what his mother probably said. You not marrying no hoe. What you not gonna do? Have your fun. You ain't gonna protect the money. Gonna be in my name. But what you not? Because that's what black mamas do. We like nope, nah. And she was sorry, 100% right.
Hey.
I'm not bashing no other woman, but Reggie Bush mama was like, not today, not tomorrow, and not next year. So that's why I know this young lady is not an issue right now because this boy mother like her.
Hey,
you could win the mama.
But hey, buckle up. I mean, it's just getting started, man.
Right,
it's just getting started for them.
But if you can win the mama,
yeah, I mean, she got a relationship with mama. She's cool. I mean, so
that's it.
I just tell them stay off social media and buckle up because, man, listen,
it's gonna be a bumpy ride.
It is, man. This kid is talented, and commercials and fame is coming, and her insecurities when she cannot travel to every game and be on the road and do all that. Listen, they are after him. They are after him. I'm telling you. So it's like
you gotta get thick skin and you gotta trust him.
Yeah,
you gotta get thick skin, and you cannot be answering everybody on social media. There are some wives, sports wives, who you never see. There are some like I love LL's wife.
Ice Cube. Never seen.
They doing their own thing. They ain't worried. They secure. This is how this young lady has to roll with it. You have to go and get yourself around these type of women to say, hey, this is the life. It is what it is. You got to stand on business. You got to stand 10 toes down or you're not going to make it. I respect them so much. Snoop's wife, like you don't see them answering back and I'm be on here, I'm clapping back. They like, yo, I got the man.
And every one of those women understood their position, and they understood that man is going to be tempted. He is going Snoop's wife know he's sleeping with a whole bunch of other women, but she's playing the long game and knowing that right around that mid-40s, he'll start slowing down. He might
now.
How old is
Snoop our age?
Yeah, he's like 50, but I'm saying he's slowed down. He might cheat every once in a while, but he definitely ain't doing it like when he first started. And now it's like, you've been around for 30 years. Why would you bail now? It's like you're an idiot to do it now. So it's like
I said, you have to know your man. Like I said, there are some celebrity wives, Denzel's wife. There are some Samuel L. Jackson. There are some celebrity wives and athletes' wives who are secure in their spot and they not bickering back and forth with nobody's on social media. This little girl's on social media going back, Cardi B, going back and forth. When you know who you are and you know your position and you're secure in who you are, you ain't going back and forth with a bunch of nobodies on social media. So if she pull that in right now and say, I don't care what y'all say about me. I'm the woman next to the man, and we good. I don't got to defend myself for none of y'all. And that's not only celebrities, but us in life. I ain't got to defend myself to none of y'all. I don't care what y'all think. Yep. Whatever your stories you want to make up about me, just spell my name right. You know what I'm saying? Just that's all. Spell my name right. Cause I ain't got time to be messing with y'all. So, young lady, you all right for me, because it's mama like you. So we're gonna get to our next segment, which is our Beauty and the Beast segment. He's the beauty and I'm the beast. This is our health and wellness segment where we give you some health and wellness tips to take along with you on your journey. Lamar?
All right. It is a week away from Christmas. So with it getting dark early, ladies, it is that time of year. Be head on a swivel. I tell my daughter that time, head on a swivel. Don't, if you're out Christmas shopping, don't do it at nighttime. If you're getting gas, just is people, there's a lot of people without these days and they're looking for opportunity. So do what you got to do, move around and be smart.
I love it. That's what I'm talking about. So my health and wellness tip is, but ladies, listen to Lamar, because I was thinking about that today. I was going to go to the ATM and get some money, but it was dark. And I said I could go tomorrow. And I just kept it moving. And I went to Wendy's and got Jermaine his food through the drive-thru and used my card. And I said, tomorrow I'll go to the ATM for the money that I needed, because my mind just told me that. So I'm glad you said that, because people are desperate right now because we're in desperate times.
Yes.
My health and wellness tip is, I was on, I think it was Instagram, and I heard a doctor talking saying that sitting is the new smoking. Sitting is the new smoking. According to multiple studies, the phrase sitting is the new smoking refers to research finding that prolonged periods of sitting without adequate physical activity can significantly increase the risk of chronic diseases and mortality. Yes, similar to the health risk associated with smoking, even though smoking is considered significantly more detrimental overall, meaning excessive sitting can be just as harmful to your health as smoking in terms of increased mortality risk when not balanced with regular movement. So, key points about the sitting is the new smoking: increased health risk. Studies have linked excessive sitting to higher risk of heart disease, stroke, type 2 diabetes, certain cancers, and early death, even when individuals engage in regular exercise. So get up from your desk, move around. What you can do to help: break up sitting time, regularly stand up and move around throughout the day, even if it's just for a few minutes. Incorporate physical activity. Consider a standing desk. So just know that sitting is the new smoking. Be careful. Make sure you're getting up and down. It messes with your circulation and everything, your equilibrium. So don't sit so much. If you're behind your computer all day, get up, move around, get you some water, take a walk. So thank y'all so much for tuning in. And we're going to give our final thoughts.
Final thoughts is, I listen to people and they trust us, with what's going on in their life. And I'm just still trying to convey this message of, no, your time is valuable, especially at the age we are. I mean, I think, I send jokingly things to you, but we got 20, 25 years left. It goes real quick. It's like, and I'm talking about a quality, sound mind life. Do the due diligence. Don't waste your time. Know what you need, that when you engage with somebody, that you're not wasting 5-6 months with somebody. It's like your time is the absolute most precious thing you have other than your health right now. It's not money. It's your time, because it's running. We're losing it every day. So I can see the end. And once you start understanding there's more behind me than in front of me, which means I'm not going to waste my time with these conversations. I'm not going to waste my time with these emotions. I'm not going to waste my time. And that's how I approach it. And I challenge everybody, definitely of our generation X, don't waste your time. Time is valuable.
My final thought is, stop worrying about what people think, especially in these internet streets. Baby, live your life, because everybody going to have something to say about you, whether it's good or bad. You do your heart's desire. You do what's best for you. And as long as you're coming from a place of integrity, good morals, good values, Do not worry about what other people think about you. If you have a good heart, I have a good heart. So now at this age, at 55, I really don't care what you think about me. And I don't mean that in an egotistical, mean way. I just don't have the time to care about what people think about me, because there's always going to be somebody who doesn't like you. So focus on the people who love you. So thank y'all for tuning in. We're here every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the New You Nation Network YouTube channel. If you would like us to answer your question, please send it to info@newunationnetwork.com, or you can DM me at Tray Kearney on Instagram, or you can DM Lamar.
MAR_T_HALL13.
And we will be more than happy to answer your questions. And again, Merry Christmas. And we'll see you guys not next Wednesday, but the Wednesday after next. Be there or be square. Did I just age myself?
Yeah.
Love y'all.